When we're serious about achieving handstand and calisthenics goals, I'd recommend that you create a daily practice. And I personally like to split that daily practice into 4 key areas. Number 1, our passion, our shining light, the reason we're doing this. Now, when I first got into this style of training, my passion, my goal, my shining light was the one arm handstand. But that could be a press, it could be a handstand push up, it could be a muscle up, or it could be the splits. But what's super important is it's your passion, not someone else's. It's your thing, it's your driver. It's the thing that keeps you consistent. It's the thing that makes you train on a daily basis, every week, every month, every year, until you achieve the thing. So I was lucky enough to achieve the one arm handstand to a level that I'm happy with. And I personally have got to a point now where I'm totally happy with the skills that I've achieved. My passion, my driver is to continually maintain and fine tune those skills and also now teach them. And at the age of 47, nearly 48, that I want to continue to maintain and fine tune them into my 50s, into my 60s. This doesn't mean you need to be doing a 2-hour training session every day towards the thing you're working towards. It just needs to be one thing. So it could be a chest to wall handstand. If you're working towards a freestanding handstand, you just want to build up that conditioning. It could be working straddle mobility if you're working towards a press handstand. Or it could be a couple of slow eccentrics if you're working towards a handstand push-up. And that can obviously change on a daily basis depending on what your routine is for your programming. So that one's obviously going to depend on the skill you're working towards, your current level, and your conditioning. So if you take the one-arm handstand, you might actually be doing one-arm handstand sets every day. Then we have the core movements. Now the core movements are something that I recommend that you do on a daily basis just for functional movement and also just to put in place the building blocks for all your other skills and just to maintain those. So they would be things like hanging, and if you can't hang, thoracic mobility, fold, so make sure you have enough hamstring calf flexibility, something for the quads hip flexors to combat against all the seated positions, and then something for our squat pattern. Now that could be straddle mobility, Cossacks. Now all of this can either be done as a stretching routine, or you could just visit positions throughout the day. Now whether that's when you're doing the gardening, when you're playing with the kids, when you're eating, when you're working on your laptop, but just to make sure that these are open and ready to go whenever you need them. Then we have red flags. Now red flags could be rehab. So if you've had an injury and you need to do any corrective work from that, you could do prehab. So making sure that you don't injure yourself. So that could be postural work due to your job or your hobbies, or it could be to correct any habits that we have. Now I'd recommend with this one that you only do it if you need to do it. And then the foundations is more our health foundations. So just making sure that we're eating well, sleeping well, breathing well, hydrating, and we're enjoying life, which should come back to the passion. So the key to all of this is just making sure that we limit and reduce restrictions. So the passion one should look after itself. Just make sure that you're picking someone that you want to achieve, and that's a big enough thing so it's a driving light. The second one, the core movements, we need to put things in place and around us that makes that easier. So if you want to hang every day, make sure you have something to hang on in the house, in the office space, wherever you're hanging out, pardon the pun. If you're doing the thoracic mobility, stick that foam roller by the TV, in the bedroom or wherever you spend time. Make sure we have some soft mats around for stretching. Again, in front of the TV is perfect. Only do these if you need to. Now the days when you're doing full training practices, you'll probably find that these ones look after themselves because they'll be in your training program, and make the foundations as simplistic as possible. So don't try and copy every new fad or diet and tick all of them off. Just do the ones that gel with you. Let me know down in the comments what you guys do for your daily practice. Now, if you'd like help with your programming, you can check out my app and my online coaching. Link is down in the description, and I'll speak to you in the next one.